The opinions expressed by NeoRox87 towards the contestants on The Price is Right and their decision-makings in pricing games that can be categorized as either stupid or misleading by the audience, as well as showing favoritism, is portrayed as a heel characteristic for entertainment purposes only. In actuality, NeoRox87 isn't prejudiced against the contestant based on their sex, ethnicity, or intelligence. And now it's time for the Price is Right pricing game recap for Monday, February 25th, 2013. Today is Rachel's last show. The pricing games played to start the week were the following: Cover Up, Side by Side, Shopping Spree, Cliffhangers, Pass the Buck, and 2 for the Price of 1. Our first contestant was Carlton. He played Cover Up for a Honda Accord LX modeled by Amber. The price of the car was not $15,812. Carlton covered up the 1 with the 2, the 5 with the 7, the 8 with the 9, the 1 with the 5, and the 2 with the 7, making a new price of $27,957. That was not the price of the Honda Accord, but did he have any numbers right? He did. He had the 2 and the 9 correct. Next, he covered up the 7 with the 9, the 5 with the 3, and the 7 with the 8, making a new price of $29,938. That was not the price of the car. Trust me, it wasn't. Did he have any more numbers right? Yes, he did. The 3 was right. Next, he covered up the 9 with the 2. Obviously, that was right. And the 8 with the 3, making a new price of $22,933. Wasn't right, but we knew we had the 2 right, so we got one more chance. But this was going to be it. He covered up the 3 with the 4, making a price of $22,934. And when Drew pushed the button to reveal the actual retail price, it turned out to be $22,934. Carlton is a winner. And when he went over to see his car, he even picked up Amber. That was pretty cool. Our next contestant was Anne. She played side by side for a Moto Guzzi, whatever it is, 744cc motorcycle modeled by Manuela. I was surprised to see her. Let me quick say why. Rachel handed Drew the mic. Gwendolyn had the first item up for bids. And Amber modeled the car and Cover Up. So, 3 models. I see Manuela, and I was surprised. Anyway, Anne chose the price of $8,097 instead of the price of $9,780. And actually, was she a winner? No, she wasn't. Too bad. Alright, contestant number 3 was Gerardo. Not Geraldo, it wasn't Geraldo Rivera, Gerardo. He played Shopping Spree for some designer junk. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Which was modeled by Rachel. A Pro Form Treadmill, also modeled by Rachel. A Dell Desktop Computer modeled by Gwendolyn. And an Escalade Sports Atomic Air Hockey Table, also modeled by Gwendolyn. He had to spend $6,500. First, he chose the air hockey table, and that was $1,400. That was a good choice. Next, he chose the treadmill, and that was $2,000. That was another good dent. He now had $3,100 left. He decided to go with the designer junk. If the price of that was indeed more than $3,100, he would win all 4 prizes. And the actual retail price revealed by Rachel, who is pregnant, and this is her last show, it turned out to be $3,502. Gwendolyn revealed the price of the computer to be $880. Gerardo won all 4 prizes for a total of $7,782. Alright, moving on to our 4th game, which was played by Jacob. He played Cliffhangers for a trip to Turks and Caicos, modeled by Gwendolyn, valued at $7,292. First was a collapsible cooler. The small prizes today were modeled by Rachel, who is pregnant. First, for the collapsible cooler, Jacob believed that was $25. And he was exactly right, it was $25. Hans, the mountain climber, went nowhere. Next was a ionic hairdryer. Jacob believed the price of that was $40. It was not $40. Hans went up 5 steps. The actual retail price was $35. So for this last item, Jacob could miss it as much as $20, one way or the other, and still win. Things were looking pretty good here. And the last prize was a 2 GB iPod Shuffle. Jacob believed the price of that was $50. Well, it was not $50, but if any of you are loyal friends and true of The Price is Right, we know what the price of this is. Hans the Mountain Climber went up how many steps? Only 1 step! The actual retail price was $49, making Jacob another winner. Alright. Contestant number 5 was China, as in the country China. She played Pass the Buck for a Kia Rio LX modeled by Rachel, who is pregnant, valued at $15,545. China, first for the first set of small prizes, or actually grocery items, China decided to pass the buck to the liquid plumber instead of priced at $5.99 instead of the Teddy Grahams priced at $2.29. Oh, she was not right. The Teddy Grahams needed that extra $1. They were $3.29. For the second set of grocery items, China decided to pass the buck to the Gordon's Grilled Tilapia priced at $3.99 instead of the 2-pack of Secret Deodorant priced at $7.99. Hate to tell you, it was the deodorant. The deodorant was $8.99. So she won absolutely no picks, but thankfully enough, she gets one for free. For her 1 pick, she chose number 5. And behind number 5 was the words "lose everything." Drew revealed the rest of the board. Number 1 was $5,000. Bag number 2 was $3,000. Bag number 3 was $1,000. Number 4 was a lose everything. Number 5 was obviously a lose everything. And behind number 6 was the car. Again. Like Mr. Horgan said, if you're going to be on The Price is Right and pass the buck, pick number 6. They like to hide it there. Alright, contestant number 6 was Josie. She played 2 for the price of 1 for a collection of, or actually 6 Hamilton Beach small appliances, which were modeled by Gwendolyn. And a set of 3 kitchen appliances, stainless steel kitchen appliances that is, which includes a 30-inch gas range, 25.7 cubic foot refrigerator, and an all-in-one built-in dishwasher modeled by Amber. 2 prizes for the price of 1, valued at $7,587. for you Rachel fans out there, 2 for the price of 1 was played on Rachel's very first show. I actually have a retro recap of that. If you want to see that, you can click on the screen right now. Thank you. Josie decided to choose the first number for free. Not the wisest decision in my book, but okay. When that turned out to be a 5. For the second number, she chose 9 instead of 4. And for the third number, she chose 9 instead of 0, making a new price of $599. I gotta remind you guys, we see these on the show quite a bit, especially as items up for bids. I didn't feel good about this at all. The actual retail price turned out to be $590. Very familiar price. Too bad for Josie. So we had 3 pricing games won today. Those were Cover Up, Shopping Spree, and Cliffhangers. Plus we gave away a total of, get a load of this, $38,500 in cash. $500 was won by China for a perfect bid. $1,000 was won by Anne in the first Showcase Showdown, although if you ask me, I don't really think she deserved it. I'll get into that more when I get to the acknowledgement section. $11,000 won by Jacob in the second Showcase Showdown. And $26,000 won by Josie in the second Showcase Showdown. MVPs go to Carlton, Gerardo, and Jacob for their pricing game wins. Contestant recognition goes to Jacob and Josie for their Showcase Showdown wins. And I really don't think Anne deserved her $1,000, and she really didn't deserve to get into the showcase. But I'll get more into that in the acknowledgement section. Which, oh no, that's not next yet. Today's showcases were presented by Rachel. Showcase number 1 featured an outdoor play set, a barbecue grill, and a trip to Costa Rica, and a Jeep Patriot Sport. Josie decided to bid $36,000 on that showcase. Showcase number 2 featured $3,000 shopping spree in Beverly Hills, a new iPhone 5 with 450 minutes and 3 gigs of data per month, and Rachel's dream car, a Mercedes-Benz C250 sports sedan. Wow. And Anne bid $43,000 on that showcase. Josie bid $36,000 on her showcase. The actual retail price of it was $30,764. She was over. As long as Anne didn't go over, she'd win. Anne bid $43,000 on her showcase. Actual retail price was $42,965. She was over by $35. That's a double overbid. What a shame. So, well, it's now time to go on to the acknowledgement section. 3 games from Friday's show were played today. Those were Cover Up, Cliffhangers, and 2 for the price of 1. That is true. But here's something. Last week's shows were scrambled up. They did not air in order. And not to mention, all of last week's shows should have aired like a month ago. Cliffhangers now been won 16 out of the 17 times it's been played this season. The second Showcase Showdown was the best he's seen in years. I gotta agree with him. That was a lot of money won today. And to think we didn't even play any real technical cash games on the show today. And according to Sports Guy 528, $38,000 was won in the Showcase Showdown combined today. $1,000 in the first and $37,000 in the second. $37,000 that is. Okay. According to I'm 264 shirt, in Cover Up, he says, you gotta love those down to the wire wins. I gotta agree with him.
side by side. I thought, he says, I thought 8,097 was it, but then again 0 is a very common last number. Okay, agree with him on that. In Shopping Spree, he says, just pulled it out. And for Showcase Showdown number 1, Anne should have gotten 80 cents since her first bid did not go all the way around, though it was inches from doing so. Here's what I think happened. I was reading some stuff on goldenroad.net today, and it is possible that after her first spin went around, they edited her next spin. They edited the next one out, and she spun again and got 5 on that one, and that's what happened. Then she spun again, got the 80, and got 85. I did notice there was a lot of heavy editing done today's show, but if you see what happened in the Showcase Showdown, it's all right. You know, it makes sense then. I'm just saying that that's probably what happened. Either that or somebody at the Price is Right really screwed up. In Cliffhangers, he says, ho hum. Alright? For the 5th item up for bids, now if China could sell that price, she could go to China. Okay? And Pass the Buck, he says, boo! For 2 for the price of 1. Didn't we see you on the last show? We did. Last week Friday's show. Like I said, those shows were all scrambled up, and not to mention, they should have aired like a month ago. Showcase Showdown number 2. This has got to be a season high for cash in one showdown. Definitely, I gotta agree with that. As far as the showcase, I knew right away it was a double overbid, but I didn't think it would be over by $35. Either way, ouch is all I can say. And one more acknowledgement, which I don't think I was able to accomplish for him. He says, since there was a guy named Carlton on stage, what needs to be played is Tom Jones's It's Not Unusual. Sorry, dude, I'm not familiar with that. Not to mention, I made the CD with the songs on it last night already. So my apologies there. Now, time for the sponsor. Promotional consideration for the Price is Right Pricing Game Recap is brought to you by Reynolds Wrap Cut Right Wax Paper. And also at the end of today's show, Rachel was presented with a nice cake. Now that was pretty nice, I thought. So, I should probably tell everybody this, and when is Rachel going to have her baby? Well, she already had the baby. It wasn't announced until last Tuesday, February 19th, that she had the baby, and she ended up having a girl named Ruby Ray DeLucci. DeLucci is the last name of her husband, David. If you want to see some pictures of the big happy family, I will provide links in the description below. Now, right now it looks like it is highly unlikely Rachel will be back before the end of the season. If she is, that would be a freaking miracle, if you ask me. But we'll wait and see what happens. Now, I have an announcement I'd like to make. I'll turn this down just a bit here. And without Rachel on the show, for an extended period of time such as this, it's going to be hard for me to watch the show. And I'm going to be honest with you, it isn't even known yet if Rachel is going to come back to the show. There's rumors going around saying she's not coming back, but nothing has been set in stone yet. Rachel hasn't said yes or no. So, what I'm trying to get at here is, I probably should have said something to Mr. Hogan beforehand, but I don't know why I didn't. I am requesting a leave of absence from the Pricing Game Recap team, but it is not permanent. I would probably consider myself active again why don't we say the first week of June? I think the Monday is June 3rd. So I really need a break from this, and this is probably my opportunity. I have other projects going on. Some are for YouTube, some are not. Not to mention stuff going on with my dad right now. So a break would be really nice right now. And I keep forgetting what I know there's something else I want to say right now, but I can't think of it. What else did I want to say? I'm probably going to have to do some major editing right now. Oh, if indeed this was Rachel's last Price is Right, then I have the duty to inform you that you have just watched my last pricing game recap. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm happy for Rachel after having her baby. Wish that her and her family nothing but the best. And hope to see her back soon. So I hope this is okay with Mr. Horgan. I'd really like to take a little vacation here. I just need a break from this. I don't know how to say it. So I hope Mr. Horgan's okay with this. I hope the rest of the recap team is okay with this. So I really don't have much else to say except for thank you for watching. This is NeilRocks87, and I'll see you next time.